Hey, Shalom. We're going to get started here in just a few moments. Salaki. Looks like we having some technical difficulties. Give me 1 second. Let's see, hopefully we're live. Hey, Shalom. First and foremost, we're going to give all praise, honor, glory unto Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shah, Bahashem, Rakakwadash. That's all praise to the Heavenly Father. His true name in the Hebrew is Yahweh. And his son's name, who the word they call Jesus Christ, real name in the Hebrew is Yahweh Shah. Also give a praise, honor, glory unto the Yahweh Rakakwadash, the Holy Spirit, which is the force and entity that makes this edification possible. I want to say Shalom to all you sincere hearted Akim wa Akwath. As you brothers and sisters make your bodies a living sacrifice on a daily basis in this wicked and adulterous generation. Also want to give double honors to our apostles and elders of Great Millstone, who taught us this truth and who rule well. And as you can see the title of this lesson, it says, this truth song, right, cast demons off. Before we get started, let me make sure this stream is rolling. Alright, yeah, looks like we're good. So yeah, it says this truth, right, which is also known as that new psalm pursuant to Revelation chapter 14, right, cast demons off, right. And let me open up here in the book of Matthew, the 10th chapter, right, because Yahweh Shah sent his disciples, which later became apostles, right, starting with the 12, right. He sent them, right, to fulfill that great commission, to fulfill that charge that he left us with in the book of Matthew, the 28th chapter, as well as Matthew chapter 10, Luke chapter 10, right? But let's get this. This is the book of Matthew chapter 10. We're going to start right here at verse 5. It says, these 12 Yahweh Shah sent forth and commanded them, saying, go not into the way of the Gentiles, and into any city of the Samaritans enter ye not, but go rather to the lost sheep of the house of Israel. That's right, because, right, us so-called blacks, Hispanic, and Native Americans, right, we are lost sheep, you see. As it says in the book of Jeremiah, chapter 50, and verse 6, it says, my people have been lost sheep, wandering upon the mountains, right? When you go into that word lost on the online etymology dictionary, right, that word lost, the adjective usage of it literally means, right, a void and inaccessible to good influence. You see, so this is who this gospel is for. And with our people, you know, systematically being you know, oppressed and broken down by this wicked king, if you will, which is Esau Edom, right? His vibration upon this earth, right, has put demons on us, man, you know, prior to us coming to this truth, you see. And that movie, this latest movie that came out, you know, they cloned Tyrone. You know, the Lord, you know, had that movie to come out, you know, pretty much, so his tongue can fall up on his own self as well. You know, like everybody can see, like, you know, a lot of Jake was watching that for entertainment, but you know, a lot of Jake was looking at that movie, like, damn, that's fucked up, you know, and seeing like, bro, no, this really happens. Like Esau literally clones our people. Like, of course not actually, well, in some cases, yeah, but nonetheless, he more so clones you in the mind, man. You see, every hood you go to, every city, every state, you know, you got the same type of nigga. Why? Because he's pushed forth his vibration, man, and his vibration has put, you know, a lot of enchantments and demons upon our people. So this is why the Lord sent forth his apostles, sent forth his disciples, man, right, to preach his word and cast these demons off with this truth, with this new song, right? Now, let me get this. This is Matthew 10 and 7. It says, and this is what the Lord is saying to his disciples, and as you go, preach. All right. So as you go, all right, as you go into, as you go into the nation of Israel, all right, he says, preach, saying the kingdom of heaven is at hand. Heal the sick, cleanse the lepers, raise the dead, cast out devils. See that? Cast out devils. Freely you have received, freely give, man. You see? And how are we casting out devils? All right, we're casting out devils exactly how Yahushua told us to. He says, preach. See, this word casts demons off, man. All right? And it makes me think about, King David. Well, at the time, he wasn't king yet, right? He was underneath Saul, serving under his courts, right? But when Saul pretty much, got the spirit taken off of him, and the Lord started to inflict, demons upon him because of his hatred that he was bearing in his heart towards David. All right, Saul, he became heavily demon possessed. And what did David do? Let's get that account real quick. All right, because let me read this first. This is 1 Samuel chapter 16. And what verse is that? 14. 1 Samuel chapter 16 and verse 14, it says, but the spirit of the Lord Yahweh departed from Saul, and an evil spirit from the Lord troubled him. And that also proves that what? Demons, right? They're in subjection, and they come from Yahweh B'Shem Shah. Right? But nonetheless, it says, and Saul's servants said unto him, behold now, an evil spirit from the Most High troubleth thee. Let's read that in NLT. Some of Saul's servants said to him, a tormenting spirit from the Most High is troubling you. Let us find a good musician to play the harp. Whenever the tormenting spirit troubles you, he will play soothing music, and you will soon be well again. So he says, they said, let us find a good musician, right, to play the harp. Now let's skip down to verse 17. All right, Saul said, find me someone who plays well and bring him here. One of the servants said to Saul, one of Jesse's sons from Bethlehem is a talented harp player. Not only that, he is a brave warrior, a man of war, and has good judgment. He is also a fine-looking young man, and the Lord Yahweh is with him. So Saul sent messengers to Jesse to say, send me your son David, the shepherd. Jesse responded by sending David to Saul, along with a young goat, a donkey loaded with bread, and wineskin full of wine. So David went to Saul and began serving him. Saul loved David very much, and David became his armor bearer. Then Saul sent word to Jesse asking, please let David remain in my service, for I am very well pleased with him. And here's the point. It says, and whenever the tormenting spirit from the Most High troubled Saul, David will play the harp. Then Saul would feel better, and the tormenting spirit will go away. You see that? So here in these times, right, the house of David, right, the house of David is being, cured and relieved of these evil and demonic spirits, right, by this new song that's being sung. But yet, many of our people don't want to hear it, and this is why they continuously, are vexed, by these demonic forces, because they're not allowing the house of David, to cure them with this word, man. Let's get this in the book of Ezekiel chapter 33. This is Ezekiel chapter 33 and verse 32 in the NLT. Let's start at verse 30. Let's start at verse 30. And this is what the Lord is telling the prophet Ezekiel. Which Ezekiel, he's symbolic for the prophets right here in Babylon the Great. Right? Because Ezekiel, he was a prophet in Babylon. All right, and he prophesied of things to come, right, such as Ezekiel 37, one of the most famous ones, right, the valley of the dry bones, which that's right here in America, right? So this is Ezekiel 33 and verse 30 in the NLT. Son of man, your people talk about you in their houses and whisper about you at the doors. And that's what the people is doing about to the prophets now, right? You best believe when niggas get together, they be talking about, they be talking about this truth, but it's it's not in a good sense. It's not in a good light. It's more so, hey, bro, you know, yeah, man. Kanye said we Israelites. You know, man, I seen some crazy guys on the street corner, you know, reading the Bible. You know, but let's see what the attitudes are. They say to each other, "Come on, let's go hear what the prophet tells us, what the Lord is saying." And so he says, "Some of my people come pretending to be sincere and sit before you. They listen to your words, but they have no intention of doing what you say." You see, and that's Jake, man. Jake, they'll actually stop by the camp and listen for a second, right? But it's not because they have sincerity towards his ministry, right? It's just because they're curious, and ultimately the Lord has to mark them, man. He has to mark them. So it says, they listen to your words, but they have no intention of doing what you say. Their mouths are full of lustful words, and their hearts seek only after money. Come on, man. You are very entertaining to them, like someone who sings love songs with a beautiful voice or plays fine music on an instrument. You see that? So as we're preaching and singing this new song, right, our people, they listen to it. Says they hear what you say, but they don't act on it. See that? And so our people listen to this song, but they're not getting jiggy with it, man. They're still on a frequency and vibration of Esau's radio, man. They on that FM station that just got that static sound. You see, it ain't got that certain sound that the Lord looking for to heal his people. Now let me get this real quick in the book of Matthew. You know, and the reason why the Lord, you know, one of the reasons why the Lord uses or likens this truth unto a song is because us Israelites, we're very musically inclined individuals, and we're a very musically inclined nation, I guess you could say. You know, our spirits resonate with music, resonates with good music. You see, and that's what this truth is. Right? But only the elect is going to dance to the song, dance to the tune. You see? And sing on key, pursuant to Revelation chapter 14. How it says only the 144,000 can learn that song. Right? So this is Matthew chapter 11 and verse 17. It says, let's start at verse 16. But whereunto shall I liken this generation? It is like unto children sitting in the markets and calling unto their fellows. Right? Because in the ancient world, there, you know, you'll have children, you know, at the marketplaces. You know, it was like a game, I guess you can say, something to pass time by with. You know, they'll pretty much, you know, sing. You know, and if a child didn't, you know, partake into that, I guess you could say, ceremony or event, that was looked at as like a sign of disrespect. You know? So it says, it is like unto children sitting in the markets and calling unto their fellows and saying, we have piped unto you, right? And pipe means like singing, right? We have piped unto you and you have not danced. We have mourned unto you and you have not lamented. See that? And that's what the prophets is telling our people now, man. Right? Preaching his word daily. But yet our people are not, they're not being moved, you know, to that call to action. They're not dancing, they're not singing along with this tune. Right? And it's getting real late in the game, man. If you ain't singing this song, you know, if this song doesn't resonate with your spirit, that's because, you know, you're just not part of the house of David, man. And that's why, hey, Esau's still, you know, afflicting you with these demonic forces, with these demonic spirits, man. And like I said, hey, we ourselves in times past, you know, had demons on us. But just like those demons, you know, got cast off of Saul, when David, you know, had sung and played on their heart, right? That's what's happening to the hopefully elect, man. no longer walking according to the rudiments of this world. Because when you go into, I believe it's a word called somatics. Let me see, somatics. Let's see. Yeah, somatics. It's spelled C-Y-M-A-T-I-C-S. Right, somatics. And you could YouTube like videos of somatics to where they'll put like sand or water on a drum or a cymbal or some type of musical instrument or on like a bass subwoofer or whatnot, and that sand and water will it'll create like a pattern. It'll create a pattern according to the vibration of that particular song that's playing. You see, and a lot of our people, they're taking after the pattern of Esau's song, because our body is mostly made out of water. So when you listen to particular songs, those different vibrations and frequencies, causes your body to take after that pattern. And in that movie, they cloned Tyrone. They showed you that, man, when they pretty much had Jake in that testing facility to pretty much test out niggas to see how they're gonna clone them. And they had it was two scenes. One scene, they was in that club, and Esau was like, all right, y'all ready for some mind controlling music? And then he turned on a particular song and had all them niggas, pretty much, chase after, Jamie Foxx and them. And then another scene, I'm trying to remember. Yeah, another scene, you had two Jake in this holding facility, this holding cell, and Esau had like trap music and all that shit on, and it made Jake want to fight each other, made Jake fight each other. But then he turned on some soft playing music, and then they just started hugging each other. You see? And Esau knows, man. Esau knows the power of music. Right? All this is highly spiritual, man. And it all stems, back to Yahweh Bashmal Shah. And that's why he has the new song going out right now. It changed the way we think. It changed the way we conduct ourselves and move, man. Right? So this is that word somatics. It says physics, the study of wave phenomena, especially sound and their visual representations. And like I said, I wish there was a type of way I could, be having YouTube play and show you on the screen, because it's kind of hard to like explain it and read the definition of it. But you brothers and sisters can YouTube it yourself. Just type in somatics, and it'll show you like how music affects the vibration and the patterns of sand or water or whatever. So it says a therapy in which sound waves are directed at the body with the aim of promoting health. See that? So this truth, this new song, it's somatics, promotes health. And that's all through the preaching of the word. Let's get this in the book of Psalms. Psalms chapter 107 and verse 20. He sent his word and healed them and delivered them from the destructions. That's right. And that's how we've been healed from these demons, man. By Yahweh Bashmal Shah sending his word. Ultimately, the word himself coming down and supping with us in flesh, man, over 2,000 years ago. And now he's here in spirit, right, with his apostles set forth last, right, to cure Jake of these demons, man, by preaching the kingdom. See? And that's pretty much the point, just something I was meditating upon, man. Music is very powerful, and that's why the Lord likened this truth as into a song, man, because it's powerful, and it literally changes, the vibration, in which and the way you conduct yourself. Just like now, if you was to turn on some Boosie in your vehicle, you'll be thinking different, You'll be acting different versus if you was to turn on some Beethoven, you know, or some type of classical music. So that's why the elect and the non-elect is moving on two different wavelengths, I guess you could say. But you know, that's the point. You know, I just want to put that out there. But Lord willing, you Akim and Akbar for edified. Till next time, I want to give all praise and glory to Yahweh, by Hashem Yahushua, by Hashem Kakodash. I want to give double honors to the Apostle Elders, the Great Millstone, DTA, Baba Ball, Kamesha Shalom.